Hi, my name is Edgar An. Today is August 15th, 2015, and I'm here with Kenny Owens. The reason I'm here to see Kenny is that I've been having a lot of shoulder pains, headache, especially after I've done a lot of exercise at the gym. And this has been going on for years, and I don't sleep well at night. And so my wife found out through Dr. Furman that Kenny can do some magic in just 1 week, and that's why we're here. We're spending a week in Houston with Kenny. So I have treatment 3 days, 3 times a day for the whole week. My specific problems mostly are the problems that I can't really sleep well, and headache, and shoulder. Especially I have frozen shoulder on my left side and right side at different times, and so I have limited mobility in terms of my movement. And I play ice hockey a lot, and so that affects how I play. And so I thought, well, maybe I should really have someone to take a look at my muscles and my shoulders and my neck, and see if there's anything that that can be done to improve my health and so I can do better on the ice and do exercise. So far I have been seeing a chiropractor, and also I go to massage therapist as well. And the chiropractor gives me momentary relief, especially when I play hockey. I fall down and something's out of place. So the chiropractor actually gives me good relief, so that I can get better for about a day or two, and then whenever I get back on the ice, it gets worse again. Also, same thing, massage therapist. It gives me a relief for a few days, and and then the problem comes back again. So it feels like I need to have a more longer-term solution than just going to see my chiropractor and massage therapist. And that's how we looked around, and we contacted our Dr. Furman, and Dr. Furman recommended highly to us Kenny Owens, who is specialized in neuromuscular therapy, and who is really good at doing this kind of muscle therapy. So just to go back many years ago, I've been playing basketball for 30 years, since I think I was 10 years old. And I've been playing that until pretty much the time that my knees started to bother me. Whenever I do any jumping, stopping, lateral movement. So I decided maybe I really should stop or slow down basketball. Then I spent about a year running, jogging, and I did actually very extensive jogging. I jogged about 50, 60 miles a week for an entire year, and certainly that didn't help my knees at all. But I felt great about running afterwards, so it lasted for a year. And after that, my body told me that, well, I really shouldn't be running anymore. So I changed to I changed first to ice skating. So I've been ice skating since then, about 12 years, and I still ice skate right now. I go to the public skating session once a week. And about 7 years ago, I took up another hobby, ice hockey, and which is also a very strenuous exercise. And especially I started when I was 40, so it's a very challenging sport. And certainly it does it gives a lot of stress on my body. So as a result of all these basketball playing, ice hockey, and ice skating, I really learned that my mobility and my power was diminished. And for example, now I can't really jump as high as I used to be. And even on the ice, compared to other people about my age, I'm not really as fast. I don't have the burst and power that I can push on the ice. I can't really be fast, and so I noticed that there's some issue with my body is just no longer efficient in producing the power, and also my knees are still giving me a problem. The first 5 minutes on the ice, I always have to adjust for my knees to get better, to get used to it before I can actually get involved in the game. So when we first got here, and when we saw Kenny the first day, I explained to Kenny my problem really was mostly upper body, my shoulder, my neck, and my headache, and so forth. My lower body is perfect. And certainly I'm wrong. At the first time that Kenny pressed on my legs, he realized that they felt like a rock. And until that time, I didn't realize that my legs were so used up without having stretching, for the past 30 years, really. And so Kenny has been working on my legs most of the time this week. So the first treatment was pretty intense, the treatment, especially when Kenny worked on my leg muscles, especially quads and hamstrings and calf. And after the first treatment, I felt loose. My muscle was, and also I felt taller as well. And in the middle, like Wednesday, after 2 days of treatment, I went for an ice skating, and then just want to see how the treatment has made a difference in my skating. And so I went to a nearby ice rink in Houston, and so I went for a night skate after 3 treatments that day. And normally when I'm on the ice, like I said before, my knees always give me a hard time for 5 minutes until I get used to it. And so when I got on the ice that night, my knees did not hurt me at all. I feel like my legs were more powerful. I can push on the ice. I could get faster. I didn't really want to push too hard because it was so crowded there, and also the ice was rough. But I felt like my legs are in much better shape now that I have much more power. I can push on the ice. So I cannot wait for the game when I get back to Florida, and I want to see how all these treatments will make a difference in my game. My level of antioxidant using a machine called biophotonic scanner, and I think normal reading for that is for me would be on a eat to live diet would be about 80,000 or above, and my reading was about 54,000, which is okay according to the machine, but it can be improved. And I think 4 more days of treatment after that, Kenny remeasured my antioxidant level, and the reading actually has dropped 10,000. And so we were very shocked because during these past few days, my diet was perfect, and we wouldn't think of the reading to go up, but we certainly wouldn't think of the reading to drop by 10,000. So that's something that's very interesting. Then we, thought about, well, what could have make the reading gone down? So one possible thing that we can think of is that I've been through all the, 3 treatments a day. By then, I've had more than 9 treatments or even 10 treatments. So the theory would be, after having all these treatments, all the toxin in my body came out, and that toxin interacted with the readings from the machine, and so Kenny is going to, from now on, is going to measure all the patients' reading before and after many treatments, just to make sure that this is happening consistently. And I think if this is true, I think this will be a very interesting observation and sort of prediction even for patients who have similar problems. So after I've had so many treatments with Kenny this week, I'm very impressed with his knowledge of all the muscular connection with in the whole body organs, and so especially pancreas and and heart, all the connection with muscular conditions. So I'm, and also the eye to muscle. One treatment, Dr. Kenny pressed on this part of my muscle here, and I actually felt some tingling sensation in my left eye here. And so he told me something about this actually would lead to macular degeneration, which is something that I've never really paid attention. So I'm really grateful that he pointed out all these things that I would never really think of, and it might, affect me down the road. Also, he mentioned something about my hip, the way that my hip muscle, I would be on walker if I didn't do anything with it. So he's got vast knowledge about muscular therapy, but also the health, how this muscle affects the well-being, the health of an individual, and certainly he loves Dr. Furman. So he obviously advocates not only muscular science but also nutritional science, trying to combine together. And so I can tell he's a strong advocate for well-being, getting people to be in better shape. And so I'm really happy that he's doing the Partnership for Healthy America, and I think a lot of people will get benefit from what he's doing. I would strongly recommend anybody who have any problem with muscle problems to see him, and he can do wonderful magic to them.